What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you love NFL talk and Cowboys news. Today, we've got some pretty devastating news for Dallas Cowboys fans, especially if you've been hoping for a big move in free agency. I'm talking about Cooper Kupp, the star wide receiver, and the bad news surrounding him not signing with the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp, former Super Bowl MVP and one of the most dominant wide receivers in the NFL. A player like Kupp would have been a huge asset for the Cowboys offense. But folks, it seems like that dream is slipping further away. Let's break it down. What happened with Cooper Kupp and the Cowboys? Why did this deal not go down? And what does this mean for the Cowboys heading into the new season? Stick around because we're diving deep into all of that. Alright, let's set the stage. For those of you who may not be too familiar with Cooper Kupp, here's a quick rundown. The 2021 NFL season was nothing short of a breakout year for the man. Cooper Kupp led the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. He even went on to win Super Bowl MVP after leading the Rams to a championship. I mean, this guy has been lights out on the field. Over the last few years, Kupp has proven to be one of the most consistent and explosive wide receivers in the game. He's been the face of the Los Angeles Rams offense and played a key role in their Super Bowl win. He's a guy that can change the game with his ability to catch tough passes, make defenders miss, and rack up insane yards after the catch. So, naturally, when free agency started heating up this offseason, Cowboys fans were all hoping for one thing: a big splash at wide receiver. And with rumors swirling about Kupp potentially being on the move, the Cowboys seemed like a perfect fit. Dallas has one of the league's most potent offenses with Dak Prescott at quarterback and CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver, but they've needed that extra weapon and Kupp fit the bill perfectly. Now, let's talk about why Cowboys fans were really excited about the possibility of Cooper Kupp joining the team. First off, we all know the Cowboys' offense has been a bit inconsistent in recent seasons. Sure, they've had flashes of brilliance, but something's been missing. Maybe it's that true number 2 receiver, or maybe it's the chemistry Dak and Kupp could have. Either way, Kupp was seen as the missing piece. Imagine a receiving core with CeeDee Lamb on one side and Cooper Kupp on the other. That's a nightmare for opposing defenses. Kupp would have drawn defensive attention away from Lamb, opening up opportunities for the Cowboys' offense to really explode. And let's not forget about Dak Prescott. Prescott is a great quarterback, but he's been criticized at times for not having the weapons around him to take his game to the next level. Adding Kupp would have given Dak a top-tier weapon, and the duo could have been one of the most dangerous in the league. Plus, Kupp's ability to run crisp routes and make contested catches would have made him a perfect safety net for Dak, especially in those tight, high-pressure situations. Okay, now let's get into the juicy part. The rumors that had all of Cowboys Nation buzzing. In the weeks leading up to free agency, there was a lot of talk about the Cowboys being interested in Kupp. Of course, there were some whispers here and there, NFL insiders reporting that Dallas was doing their due diligence. Fans were eating it up, and for good reason. It felt like a match made in heaven. The hype started building when reports surfaced that the Cowboys had opened discussions with the Los Angeles Rams about a potential trade or deal for Kupp. Some even suggested the Cowboys might offer up a package deal that included a top draft pick and a player or two to make it happen. Imagine that. The Cowboys bolstering their offense with one of the best receivers in the game. Of course, as the rumors intensified, fans started speculating about what this could mean. Would Kupp be the final piece of a Super Bowl caliber offense? Or would the Cowboys miss out, just like they've missed out on so many free agency dreams in the past? Cowboys Twitter, as usual, had mixed emotions. Some fans were cautiously optimistic, saying the price might be too high, while others were all in on Kupp coming to Dallas. But at the end of the day, it was looking like it could actually happen. It was a real possibility. But as you might expect in the world of the NFL, things took a turn. The Cooper Kupp to the Cowboys dream is officially dead. And folks, this news comes as a big blow to Cowboys fans hoping for that game-changing addition to the roster. According to multiple sources, Cooper Kupp will not be joining the Cowboys for the 2023 season. The deal fell through, and it seems like the Rams have decided to keep their star receiver for at least one more year. Now, the big question is, why didn't this deal happen? What went wrong? Let's break it down. First, it appears that the asking price for Kupp was just too high for the Cowboys. The Rams were reportedly looking for multiple first-round picks, and the Cowboys weren't willing to meet that price. Despite the Cowboys' interest, it became clear that Los Angeles was not going to budge on their demands. They know what Kupp brings to the table, and they weren't going to let him go without a hefty return. And with the Cowboys' limited cap space and draft capital, they just couldn't make it work. Another factor that played into this was the Cowboys' salary cap situation. Bringing Kupp on board would have required restructuring contracts, cutting players, and likely pushing some big money into future seasons. And with other key areas to address, like improving the defense and bolstering the offensive line, the Cowboys front office just couldn't justify the financial burden that a Kupp acquisition would have created. So, what does this all mean for the Cowboys now that Kupp is officially off the table? Well, first off, it's a disappointing blow to the fanbase, no doubt about it. But let's take a deep breath and remember that this team still has some serious talent. CeeDee Lamb is still the number one guy in Dallas, and let's not forget about Michael Gallup and other guys stepping up. The Cowboys still have weapons on offense. But the real question is, can Dak Prescott take this offense to the next level without a guy like Kupp on the roster? Now, we know the Cowboys have always been in the market for a number 2 wide receiver. They tried to bring in guys like Brandon Cooks in the past, but Kupp was the real gem. It's clear that the front office still wants to make an impact on offense, but they'll need to pivot now. Will they go after another wide receiver in the draft? Could they look to trade for someone else? Or will they rely on their internal options to step up and provide that second playmaker? At the end of the day, Cowboys fans, it's important to remember that this is the NFL, and anything can happen. While Kupp isn't in Dallas this season, the Cowboys still have a solid foundation to work with. But let's be real here, missing out on a talent like Kupp is a tough pill to swallow. The Cowboys still have a chance to make some noise in 2023, and who knows? Maybe the next big free agent signing or trade is just around the corner. Until then, it's all about keeping faith in the roster they have. Let me know in the comments what you think, Cowboys Nation. How are you feeling about missing out on Kupp? What should the Cowboys do next? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Cowboys news. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.